Hello, welcome to this special video. Today I'm doing a tier list ranking the best and worst Call of Duties. I got this idea from Nostalgia FPS. Gonna link his channel in the description if you want to check him out. Firstly, I've got to say though, I did not play the first three Call of Duties. Played CoD 4, then I missed out on CoD World at War. So I've never played these ones still. So they will not be ranked, but the other like 15 or so, 14, however many years we've been doing this, they will be ranked starting from the oldest to the new. Oh, that's not in order, but starting at the oldest, working our way up to the newest, which is Cold War. So starting with Call of Duty 4, from this and Modern Warfare Remastered, it is the Call of Duty I've played the most, put the most time into, and I'm thinking one of these two. I think I've got to just put it in great because what I'm basing this whole thing on is between the maps, the campaign, the multiplayer, the guns, the streaks, and the microtransaction system. Now, this, and more so Modern Warfare Remastered, had amazing maps. Some of the best maps in Call of Duty history that just keep getting remade. The microtransaction system was non-existent apart from the map pack, which they brought back for remastered, which was fucking shocking because they charged €15 for that if you wanted to buy these four old maps, and if you did buy it, then forget ever playing it because you won't get matched with anyone else who has the map pack. So that was a bad thing about it, but everything else, I mean, the kills. This is where kill streaks first came in. So Call of Duty 4 campaign was absolutely perfect. A lot of love for that. That's definitely the great. Just doesn't fall into the best. Next up for me was the Call of Duty that really brought the game onto the scene for me, and this goes into the best. This is in most people's best list as number one. For me, this will never be beaten. If they ever remaster this, it's all I'll ever fucking play. It's not just the best Call of Duty game, this might be the best game I've ever played. From the multiplayer, the online, Spec Ops, everything about it was perfect. The kill streaks, the best kill streaks in any Call of Duty. You've got the AC-130, the Chopper Gunner, the Pavlo, Predator Missile, Harrier, and the Nuke. What I'd like to do is just go in there casually, put Hardline on, get 4 kills, get a Predator, get 2 kills with that, get the Harrier, get 4 kills with that, and then the AC-130 and just destroy the lobby from just 4 kills. So for me, this will always be the very best Call of Duty. It had lots of really good challenges and emblems and calling cards titles to go for. I just loved it. It was just the perfect time to be playing that. Next up was Black Ops 1, which I did not play anywhere near as much as Call of Duty 2. I'm going to have to just put that down in the great, just because I can't put it on the same level as Modern Warfare 2. The kill streaks were amazing. You had dogs, you had the Chopper Gunner, you had the VSAT, first game with a VSAT in it, or Blackbird, SR-71, whatever you want to call it. For me, the maps were some of the best we've ever had as well. Like Fringe. Fringe was probably remade more than almost any other map. Had so many just iconic maps. The campaign was brilliant. Everything about that game I loved. I'm thinking about moving it up, but I'll just leave it there for now. Next up came Modern Warfare 3. Now this was out of the Modern Warfare trilogy, this was the one I played the least. It came out, if this came out today, it would be an absolute massive success. But because of the games that came before it, it didn't quite live up to it. And the one that came after it, it didn't either. It's an iconic Call of Duty. The maps, again, amazing. Not as good, I would say, as the previous two, but still really, really good. Again, the streaks, the specialist system, everything about it was really good, and that's why it's in the good category. I love the campaign as well. All round good game, I've got to say. Then moving on next, this is the only other game you will see me put up here. S tier, the best. Black Ops 2 was, if Modern Warfare 2 did not exist, then Black Ops 2 would be by far the best Call of Duty game. This, just for the exact same reasons as Modern Warfare 2, had some of the best maps ever. Hijacked, Standoff, Raid, and it was just perfect. The campaign I didn't like though. That's maybe why it's behind Modern Warfare 2 here. The campaign I just was not into at all. But the streaks, you had dogs again, you had the swarm, even the small streaks like the hunter killer drone were just incredible. I loved the perks, I loved the advanced like little tech like the black hat, just stuff like that. It was just incredible. It had well, the microtransaction, I haven't really talked about that a lot. The microtransaction system was basically if you wanted to buy a camo pack, it was like €2 on the store, so it wasn't that much. If you want to buy the DLC maps, which I think were the best DLC maps we've ever had, I absolutely loved the DLC maps for Black Ops 2. They were just if they shipped with the game as well, it probably would be the best Call of Duty of all time. But yeah, Black Ops 2, all round amazing game. What is next? Where are we? Oh no, yeah. I was trying to think what year we were in. Call of Duty Ghosts. No. Now, most people probably would put it here, but I'm gonna put it. It's tough. I'm gonna put it as okay. I think it gets a hard time because look what it followed. You had all of these years of really good Call of Duties, and then Ghosts came out, and it did not live up to the hype. But the maps were terrible as well. But the campaign was good, and I really liked the pick 10 system. They kind of turned it into a really complicated and advanced thing that I'd like to see come back. I really like that about the game. Kill streaks weren't that good. Maybe it should be here. It probably would be here, but because there was so much bad that came after. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad. It's okay. I would play it again. If I had it installed on my computer, I would play that. Give it a few rounds. I wouldn't enjoy it, it would just be okay, which is why it's there. Then next up, we took a huge leap forward in the advanced era with Advanced Warfare. Now, this wasn't the worst game ever. It definitely wasn't the best, but Sledgehammer Games' first game, they went with something new. I kind of want to put it okay. Part of me wants to put it good. It was. You know what, I'm going to put it good. I had fun on it. It was a Call of Duty that was not the best, but for some reason I was really good at it. Kind of want to take it down one for Kevin Spacey being the main bad guy, but he was a bad guy, so. The kill streaks were. You know what, I'm going to give a lot of. This goes good just because I want to give a lot of bonus points to games that try something new, try something different. And this, with the kill streaks, you could add mods to the kill streaks. So you could take your normal UAV and you can take it from like worth 5 kills or 500 points and make it be worth 1,200, but you put on so many modifiers. It has all kinds of things for every streak had something extra you could add on to it that would bump up the score. The streaks in general were really good. The Warbird, which was the attack helicopter. You had the Juggernaut suit, which I forget what it's called, this mech suit that drops down. The Paladin, the System Hack. I used to run the System Hack, Warbird, and Paladin, and I used to just destroy everyone. It was a Call of Duty game that if I wasn't good at it, I probably wouldn't have liked as much, which is kind of obvious, but Yeah, it was good. It was good. Their first outing. I mean, it did break. I'd keep forgetting to talk about the microtransactions, and you know what? I'm actually gonna just because the microtransactions were that bad, I'm actually gonna de-rank it a place. It's going into okay because not only was this the start of the supply drop era, this was also the first time we saw these pay to win variants. Now, I never got the Bal Obsidian Steed, but if you had that, it was like I forget what it was exactly. It was like bonus damage, less fire rate, or something like that. So you got pay to win guns in the supply drops, and if you were lucky enough to get one, then in a normal team deathmatch situation, me with the standard base games Bal 13 or Bal 27, whatever the fuck it was called, I would lose in that gunfight just because the other person had been lucky enough to get it from a supply drop, and I thought that was shit. Did not like the DLC maps, didn't buy them because I didn't like them. Thought they looked bad. They might have been good, but I just. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Bonus points for trying something new, but the whole microtransaction action system and the pay to win. You know what? It's bad. It's gone from good to bad just because of how terrible that fucking system was. You can do something good by trying a new game, trying a new mode, trying new things all the time, new streaks. But if you're going to make your game pay to win, then that is bad. Okay. Moving on next was Black Ops 3, another advanced game. But this one would be good. I would say this was a good game. I played a tiny bit of the campaign. This was D's era of Call of Duty's loved the campaign. This I cannot get into it. Actually, I couldn't. Maybe it's just the advanced ones. I couldn't really get into it. I played all the way through Advanced Warfare campaign. That was a good one. That's maybe the last one I've really enjoyed. Yeah, just could not get into the campaign. And also didn't like the zombies. Haven't really talked about Spec Ops and stuff that much, or zombies. I mean, previous Call of Duty Black Ops games with zombies, amazing. This one, didn't like it. The shadows of something, did not really enjoy that at all. Too Easter egg heavy early on, I think. I just couldn't get into it. Had to do so many things, turn on the power, and I just didn't really enjoy the map. Just wasn't for me. But the multiplayer was amazing. As far as jetpack gods go, it was really good. But it gets taken down a notch for one of the worst, not as bad as this pay to win, but the fact that I've put this is maybe in my top 3 most played Call of Duty games ever. In fact, I'd say it was. Actually, 4. I think I've played these 3 more. Actually, these 2 might be Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and 3 might be quite level. So yeah, it could be well be a top 3 most played Call of Duty for me. But to this day, I still do not have half the fucking weapons unlocked because they're hidden in the fucking supply drops, and you could not get them if you just didn't have luck. There were people that were paying hundreds of dollars just for supply drops, just to hopefully get the, I don't know, the XMC or the shotgun pistols or the Shadow Claw crossbow, things like that. And I just think that's really terrible. Anytime I got a weapon bribe, it was a fucking melee weapon. And yeah, it was just fucking shit. But I should also say about the specialists. This was first time with specialists, and you know, I used to play mostly as Nomad with his Hive gun. That was quite a campy device. I thought they were fun specialists, but I mean, I think this game predates Overwatch by like 6 months or something. But it was kind of in that kind of feel, like the specialist weapons. You can be doing really well in a game, and then there's someone who's 0 and 12 who's just earned their war machine just by playing over a period of time, and they can just fire it blindly into a house and kill you. And I I just felt it was like participation trophy cheese. You just got given the stuff that could take good players off their streaks. And yeah, I did not like the specialist system. It was a nice idea for one Call of Duty, but sadly they brought it back. Didn't like it. Good things about it. Good maps. It's okay. I'm leaving it as okay. Not as bad pay to win system as Advanced Warfare. Better maps. Better guns. Terrible, terrible fucking DLC. The DLC was bad too. But terrible loot box systems. I'm going to keep it as okay. Okay. Then next is Infinite Warfare. The most disliked game trailer of all time. Where do I put this? Well, based on a lot of things, I am gonna surprise some people and put this as good. Just a lot like Ghosts, the hit registration was perfect. I feel the maps were really clean and crisp and enjoyable and fun and different, so colourful. I really liked that about it. The guns were good. For the first time, we had a loot box system that also earned you like scrap, the whatever it's called, the cogwheels, the I think it was called scrap. I can't remember it. The salvage, that was it. And if there was a gun or emblem or some shit like that that you couldn't afford to buy, you couldn't get from a supply drop, then you could just buy it with your saved up scrap. And I felt that was a really good thing. Like I had that in this year, the year this came out, I played way too much Modern Warfare Remastered, and that was the same system, I think. And that's why I earned all the guns in Modern Warfare Remastered through the salvage system, or just getting lucky. I did not spend a penny on the game. I got all the guns, and that's the way it should always be. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, I didn't spend a penny on it. I've never bought a loot box. No, I've bought map packs before. I bought the Party Rocker camo set on Black Ops 2, I remember that. And the calling card set for the nationality. But yeah, I didn't spend a penny on this game, and I got all the guns that I wanted. So I was really happy about that. Campaign's okay, pretty good. Like, I had Conor McGregor and Jon Snow from fucking Game of Thrones. It was unfairly treated, I think, because people were sick of 3 fucking years of boost jumping, and coming from your favourite OG CODs, this kind of stuff was not what you want to see. But I think it was better than Advanced Warfare, and it looked a lot better than Black Ops 3. So yeah, I don't know if I quite liked it, but I would say it was good. Good for what it was. Next up was... Yeah, we're kind of in order now. There we go. Next up was Call of Duty World War 2. And that was being hyped up as, finally, we're back to boots on the ground. And everyone was really happy about that. When it came out, it was bad. I got bored of the campaign. I know it's historically accurate and heartfelt and all that shite, but I just was not into it. It didn't grip me. I played for about an hour and I was like, I'm not feeling it. Never went back to it. The zombies mode was one of the most fun zombies I've ever played, so that bumped up straight away. The maps, it shipped with 9 maps, and one of them was Gustav Cannon, which was utterly shite that you can't even include that as a map. So pretty much 8 base maps, a lot of them very similar, very grey, very muddy. I mean, it's World War II, so it's got to be kind of time period related, so I've got to give them some slack for that. But I didn't like the small amount of maps they gave us. That was not good. So that kind of took it back down one. Microtransaction system, loot boxes were back, but the salvage system was back as well, so I got everything I wanted for free, basically. Didn't spend a penny on COD points, got all the guns I wanted. You could do your daily challenges, it had the headquarters again. As for the kill streaks, not very good. I mean, ball turret gunner, what was it called, like commando unit or something like that. There was a few ones, fire bomb and run, and then the low streaks like fire pilot, glide bomb. They were okay. The guns were okay. Car 98 was a lot of fun to play with. PPSH, but so it was kind of okay. But then, unlike most stubborn developers, they actually said, "Fuck it, we're gonna do an overhaul," and they completely overhauled the game and made it so much better. They added a lot of free maps. We got shipment in a Sledgehammer game. It was just a real step forward for them. There was a lot of really good stuff added. It became fun. They added some really cool party modes as well. Yeah, I would say this was a good Call of Duty game. We had a few years when it was not really Call of Duty anymore, more like fucking, I don't know, more Halo than Call of Duty. But well, maybe that's not fair. But it was a solid, good Call of Duty game. And then next we got this Black Ops 3.5. I'm gonna put this as a bad game. I fucking kind of want to put it as shite. I'll put it as. It would be shite, but we've got to talk about what come after it. As for the campaign, it didn't. Fuck it, it's shite. Sorry. The campaign, it didn't have one. The zombies, they were okay, but nothing special. It was not great. The guns, okay, nothing like you would remember. The specialists came back, and they came back twice as hard. Did not like it. They took away your ability to use grenades and stuns and things like this unless you went out of your way to spend an extra class point on it on top of what it would already cost. Like get rid of your cosmetic device or whatever it was. You would have to go out of your way to actually put a fucking stun or an EMP or anything like that on. I don't even know if EMPs were in the game. Just nobody used frags. It was the only COD I don't know if I'd die by grenade in. Specialists were fucking terrible and overpowered. Later they brought in a specialist called Zero, whose specialist weapon was that she could destroy or take over, steal other people's high-end streaks or low-end streaks. But they could blow up the UAV or they could take over a sniper's nest. I don't know how you hack a sniper's head so it suddenly starts shooting at the person that earned it. Someone goes on a 900 point streak and then gets a sniper's nest. Then the enemy Zero who's back at spawn hasn't got a kill all game, just beep 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 beep, hacks it, and suddenly they have the sniper's nest and you're getting killed by it. Massively unfair. Didn't like. Well, the DLC maps I didn't play at all. They looked terrible. I was not into them at all. From what I've heard, they played like shit. Not popular. Couldn't name one. I can picture them, I couldn't name one. Streaks were mostly underwhelming, apart from, I would say, the Sniper's Nest. It was a good score, and for that score you'd get a lot of kills with it. The gunship didn't really get you kills in a lot of the maps, because a lot of the maps were like Hacienda or something like that, where it was an indoor area. Maps weren't great. I can't think of a map I really, really liked from it. Apart from this, that's another thing. There's so much to complain about this game. It shipped with 4 remade maps. Not remade maps that got added into it afterwards, but it shipped with 4 remade maps. It had Slums from Black Ops 2, Firing Range, Summit, and Jungle from Black Ops 1. straight into the base game. It was so fucking lazy. A lot of the effort did not go into this. A lot of the effort in this game went into the battle royale mode. Because Call of Duty, whatever they're doing, they always want to copy what's popular, and they want to copy Fortnite and PUBG, so they put in a fucking battle royale mode. And Von der Haar put all his time and effort into that, which shows because the base game is no campaign, basically a copy paste of Black Ops 3 with some changes, maps from previous Black Ops. It was a fucking shit show. Blackout is the battle royale mode. Ironically, put all their fucking time in that, and then the very next year they just brought out Warzone, and this became irrelevant. So yeah, a shy game. Didn't enjoy it. Also, the microtransactions were terrible with the reserve crates and all that shit, and the kind of weird battle pass that took forever to complete. Just terrible. All around shite. Next up, this also would this be? Yeah, I probably had more fun on Black Ops 4, even after all I've said, than I had on Modern Warfare. I fucking hate this game. The maps, you could fucking Piccadilly, that what's that one with the cave in it? Man, it's been a good year since I played it. But the maps, all the maps in that game were fucking shite. Then, what did they do? They brought in Crash. They brought in High Rise. They brought in lots of DLC favourites to keep people happy. One huge reason why this was a shit game was the fact that Dead Silence was not a perk for the first time, maybe in a while. No dead silence. So everyone was running around and the footsteps were fucking deafening. So everyone could hear your footsteps. They could hear you like from the other side of the fucking map. So that just made everyone paranoid and not want to walk around. So everyone just corner camped and hid behind a claymore, and it became an unplayable mess. And on top of that, you want to talk about the guns, you've got to talk about the 725. And that thing was, you could put on a thing in the gunsmith. A gunsmith, another thing which is a negative for me, because it had like 12 different stocks, but only one of them was good. And you had like all these, like 8 suppressors, but there was no point using any of them apart from the monolithic one, because the monolithic suppressor gained damage, which is bizarre. But you had all these options, but 9 out of 10 options were terrible. So they should just stay with what worked and just give, like, if you want a grip, here's a grip. If you want a stock, here's a stock. Here's a red dot sight. Instead of just flooding it with stuff. And you had like 55, 60 different attachments. So if you wanted to earn them all, you have to play with a weapon for fucking weeks. It was bad. The maps, absolutely awful. I've touched upon that, but cannot stress it enough. The Spec Ops was broken. Don't know if it's been fixed yet. It was shite. Does not work. They had a whole mode that was exclusive to PlayStation 4, which is fucking terrible for a fucking full year. The kill streaks. High end, good. Mid, bad. Low, shite. You had a thing like a personal UAV. It was a UAV that only you used. Your teammates got no benefit. And worse than that, it was following you about in the sky. So, like in Search and Destroy, people could just look up, see where that fucking personal UAV is, and just follow it around, and they knew you were right underneath it. It was terrible. And what, that little that mounted gunner thing for 2 kills, I think it was, that was fucking terrible. It also had the first time we're seeing the field upgrades, which I didn't like. I don't think you should earn anything over time. I think you should earn it by your own skill, or just make it a perk. Make Dead Silence a perk, and have other things as skills, that kill streaks or perks. Just have everything as perks. did not like just earning stuff over time. I know it's just because they want to go begging to the newer fans, like, here you can have fun, you can earn something for free. Please stay. Please don't go back on Fortnite. Oh yeah, and one more thing about Black Ops 4. They tried way too hard to be like Rainbow Six Siege. That's what they based that gameplay for the multiplayer on. Rainbow Six. Specialists, different specialists for different scenarios, 5 on 5. Just, terrible. And Modern Warfare, everyone was camping inside. So if you were lucky enough to get the AC-130 or the chopper gun, iconic streaks from back in the day, if you earned them again, you would find you would get no kills. Because every single person was in a house, in a building, underground. There were no maps that were like just pure out in the open, easy to get kills. That's been a theme with so many of the modern day CODs the last few years, is they've all been indoors. At least when you got the ball turret gunner on World War Two, the buildings didn't have roofs on them often. The people out in the field, you could destroy everyone. Here, nah, everyone's hiding from your VTOL, everyone's hiding from your AC-130, you're not getting kills. And then, on to today's game. Cold War. Some people think it's the best. I am not one of those people. I think this is the worst Call of Duty game yet, because I have zero fun on it. I hate it. It looks, to me, just all of this is my own opinion. You may hate Modern Warfare 2 because of the one-man army noob tubes. You may love this game because it's so good looking. But I hate this game. It is zero fun. It has the same field upgrade system as Modern Warfare. Not that's a really game-breaking terrible thing. Just thought about that first thing there. Campaign. Does it have a campaign? Have I played? Oh yeah, I played like the first 2 missions. Again, just got bored. I'm like, I want to play multiplayer. Zombies alone kind of makes me want to bump this up. But it's got one map for zombies. I know more's coming. It is a really good zombie system. I like the zombies a lot in that. But again, there's only a certain amount of time you can play that one map. And I've put as much time into the zombies as I have the multiplayer. The maps on this for multiplayer, among Modern Warfare, is the worst of all time. Especially if you've got score streaks. Now the score streaks in this, once again, are terrible. And oh my fuck, the score streak system. It's not like kill streaks. Get 10 kill streaks, you get a chopper gunner. No, it's not like, say, Black Ops 2. Get 1,500 points, you get a Swarm or Thresh or whatever. It's nothing like that. This, you get 50 points per kill, and then after I think 5 kills, you get a bloodthirsty bonus of like 500 points, and then it's like goes back. Then it goes back to another 50 or 100 per kill, and then at 10 kills you get a big bonus, 15, 20, etc. So if you were to go on a streak, you could. If you were at a 10 kill streak, I think you would still only be a tenth of the way to a fucking AC-130. Actually, maybe more than a tenth, but the AC-130 is 10,000 points. I recently played a game, team deathmatch game, 100 points to win team deathmatch, and the the attack helicopter is worth 5,000 points. No one in the entire game got 5,000 points. Nobody. It is so hard to earn the streaks because you need to go on long streaks multiple times or keep an insanely long streak. It is ridiculous. The guns in it, not balanced at all. They just recently rebalanced some guns, and everyone's like, okay, they're gonna nerf the dog. No, they nerf other guns instead. The shotguns have been nerfed into the ground as well. They are secondaries, so I can kind of understand it, but it's a bad game. I have zero fun on it. I do not like the streaks. I hate the maps. I also hate that they've brought Nuketown back for the 5th time. It's too much now. It's getting to the point where Black Ops series is getting boring. We're seeing the same stuff over and over again. They just brought back raids from Modern Warfare 2. And it's another scenario where most of the maps, like Moscow, like the mall, they're all inside. So if you get an AC-130 that you fucking sweated to get 10,000 points for, you're not going to get kills with it because everyone's inside. Like Checkmate as well, Garrison, they're all fucking inside. So you're getting 0 kills. It's just a really, really bad game. Unless you're on satellite, but everyone there is sniping on the dunes, so it's I uninstalled this game last week. Best decision I've ever made. It is just not worth it. I've gone back to playing Modern Warfare Remastered. I'll be playing some Infinite Warfare. I haven't played that in years, so I'm going to go back to that and have a game of that I'm going to upload, just see how well it's aged, see what it's like now, see if I might want to actually take this down a bit. You know what? Just doing that made me realise that this is not on the same level as Modern Warfare 3. This is on the same level as Black Ops 3. So Infinite Warfare will be okay. I'll put it on the okay. I'll bump it above CoD Ghost though. Yeah, I'll be back on World War 2 as well. I want to have some more fun playing Shipment. Running requisitions with the high-end streaks just to have a nice relaxed time. Not have to sweat. Just enjoy it, get my streaks once. It's just a really chilled out run and gun arcade COD, and that's what we've been fucking crying out for. And that's why I hope Sledgehammer bring something similar, something fun back in November this year. But yeah, this is my tier list. We got Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2 is the best. Call of Duty 4 / Modern Warfare Remastered is great, along with Black Ops 1. Good games, Modern Warfare 3, which could be there really, but I just did not play anywhere near as much of it, and I don't think if I had these 3 games on my console, this would get played way by far the least. So it's good, but it's not great. Modern Warfare 3 and World War 2 is good. Okay games, you've got Infinite Warfare, Ghosts, and Black Ops 3. For many reasons, there are bad things about these games, but you can have fun in them, so they're okay. Bad, just the worst pay-to-win system. Thankfully, I think the only pay-to-win. Maybe. But yeah, that was a bad game. And then, sadly for me, a Call of Duty fan, the last 3 years of Call of Duty have been shite. And with that, I will say thank you for watching the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Gonna be bringing a lot more videos on Call of Duty, Modern Warfare Remastered, World War 2, and I will bring out one special look back, Infinite Warfare as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.